Okay, Miss Stephanie's on a little rant, and I'll tell you something about Stephanie. She's not an evil, vindictive supporter like the rest of them can be. I mean, she'll say what she's got to say. The thing I get with Stephanie the most is that she gets the facts wrong. But other than that, I've had many conversations with her. She don't like me too much. I don't dislike her, but I need to answer. We did used to talk all the time, didn't we, Steph? And she can be reasonable. I've been around for a long time, but I want to answer this question for her right now. And I'm not going to pick at her. I'm just not. She's got a right to think that she's innocent, but she doesn't have a right to try and pound it into our faces with bold ass lies. But anyway,
long day, but boy, do I have some opinions. There's not enough room to type the things that I'd like to get into on this, and I am going to instead try really hard to remain civil. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it one more time. Let's just look at this with extreme devil's advocate, okay? Let's just say for a minute that Darlie did do it, okay? What the hell gives you people the right?
I'll stop you right there. The right is, you just said Darlie did do it, right? And that's what we think. We feel like Darlie did do it. And when we put our reasons out there as to why Darlie did do it, you get people like Darlie Key that are she's called me a fat, greasy slob. Said Pam was sleeping with the Rowlett Police Department. I mean, she has said some nasty stuff. So what gives us the right is we have a right to defend the lies that are being told in this case. Darlie Key once said it was 96 yards down the alley. They lie all the time. Danelle is the worst of them, lying. If you watch Ken Maines, you can see her lie several times. Several times. That's what gives us the right, Stephanie. Because these boys are in the ground, and they don't have anyone that's going to stick up for them. They don't.
To go off on her family members like you just did to Darlie Key.
I'm pretty sure Darlie Key was just sitting there minding her own business. Danelle typed out to me one time, she goes, well, you don't want me to turn into my mama because that would be bad for all of us. So when Darlie Key gets out here running her fucking mouth, that's what gives people the right.
That is her daughter, for God's sake. Do you have kids? Do you have a niece or a nephew or somebody?
And you just think about this, Stephanie. You're up under people's posts talking about, I see the pages you're on. You follow anybody that's not liking me. What gives them the right to bring up my son's case just because I have an opinion in this one? And they do it all the time.
Somebody that you love? I mean, can you even imagine them being on death row? If you guys would just put your hateful bull aside, close your eyes for a single solitary minute.
Look, we are not Darlie's victims. They are. So when Darlie Key comes snapping at us and talking shit about us, and you do it too, well, my block finger is just getting itchy because you don't want to hear the truth. And the truth is, she's guilty. But people, really, this comment that you've been in denial far too long, she's going to die. Okay, that's a harsh comment. But as a father of someone that's convicted for murder, we have to put up with that. That's a part of what our offspring did to us. They did it. Darlie did it. She wouldn't have to defend her against anybody if she wouldn't have done it.
And put yourself in Darlie Key's shoes. Put yourself in Danelle's shoes.
Well, I'm in their shoes, okay? Except for the difference is, I'm not out here trying to convince everybody that my guilty-ass son who killed somebody didn't do it. I'm not going to do that. I have more respect for the child than to sit up here and make up lies like they do. And that's what they do. And they do. Or they get the case wrong. I mean, for God's sake, Stephanie, you were going to visit Darlie, and I had to correct you on who Gorsuch was. You thought Gorsuch was the first responding officer. And if you deny that, I could go back and find it. You're going to visit her, and you don't even know the case.
Or Brooklyn or Peyton, because
Brooklyn or Peyton, they should be left out of it. But I did see Brooklyn leave a comment under her mom's thing about, let me go off on him. Yeah, go ahead, come go off on me. Go ahead, go off on me. and you'll get what you've been asking for.
Y'all have gone after them too.
Ain't nobody gone after them. Danelle came to our fucking groups and decided to kick the doors in and tell us a little something about ourselves with her false information. Did you know they never used the word superficial in the medical reports or in the trial? Danelle said that. That's what gives us the right.
Drake even. I mean,
you keep saying people pick on Drake, and you can never show it. They've accused me of picking on Drake. He said bad things about Drake, but nobody's ever produced it. That's a fucking lie.
Darlie Key didn't do anything to anybody, okay?
Oh, yes, she did. And you can see how she is all the way back to Kerr County when Norm Kins tried to do an interview. He's just trying to give it's his turn to talk. He's doing an interview, and she's going to walk right by him and go, "That's a lie, and you know it." That's why she got the response that she did from him, because she does that. And then there was another time that she was walking inside the courthouse, Norm Kins right there again. She did it again. He's in another interview. She goes, "Well, he's just up for election, blah, blah, blah." She ain't got the right to fucking do that. Fuck her. Fuck her for when she does that.
Danelle didn't do anything to anybody.
Danelle did do shit to people. She's out here accusing me of crimes that I didn't commit. She's telling people that I keep harassing her when I didn't do it. She's telling Pam that I'm using Pam's YouTube profile to comment under my when it's Pam's. Danelle did do shit to people. Danelle should be fucking ashamed of herself.
Neither did Drake. These people are only guilty in your eyes of simply loving their family.
No, there's nothing wrong. I love my son. I love him. They're guilty of lying and disrespecting the deaths of Devin and Damon. And it pisses a lot of us off.
Member. And unlike you, they actually know Darlie. They know her as a person.
They can know Darlie. I know my son as a person. And I'm going to tell you what. That's the last thing I thought he would ever do. He never showed no anger. He loved that baby. I never saw anything that let me know he was going to abuse him. I know him. And he did it.
They knew her when she was younger. They knew her growing up. They knew her when she had Devin.
They knew her when Dennis Stahl was molesting her, and they didn't do anything about it.
Devin and Damon, you know, if you look at the videos and the pictures and just the life that was being shared, you know,
the life that was being shared. Let me say that again. Just the life that was being shared. But behind the scenes, there's no video of her doing cocaine. There's no video of Darren pulling a gun on her. There's no video of her saying, "You better get your fucking asses in here before your dad gets home." We look at the videos that they have shared. We don't know what they haven't shared.
They took so many pictures of those boys, so many videos. I don't know how anybody can look at that and not think that Devin and Damon and Drake were the light of their parents' lives. They loved them to the moon and back. And it's...
Yeah. Yeah. She loved them with every single stab.
Completely evident. They were well taken care of. They were adorable. Everyone loved Devin and Damon. And Drake was just a little bitty baby, you know, but I just don't get you. Y'all have been ugly to Drake. That's his mother.
No, see, when you talk about us being ugly to Drake, it's one of those other things that you say we've done, right? But you can never produce any evidence of that, just like you can't produce evidence of her innocence. That's why all of your free Darlie YouTube comments are turned off, because you do not want to hear the truth.
He was just an infant when that happened. What gives you the right?
What gives us the right? What gives us the right? What gives them the right to be so pissed off at the judicial system for locking up Darlie that they want to snap at everybody? Darlie Key is nasty. She could be nasty and mean.
You know, Darlie Key, that's her daughter.
So what? Devin and Damon, those are her grandsons.
That's a major bond, okay? Mother-daughter bond. You don't...
Oh, yeah, that was a hell of a major bond. I think the only one that really bonded with Darlie when she was 8 years old was Dennis. She bonded with Dennis, not Darlie, because she stayed with Dennis for 10 more years after she was told that he continuously fondled her. That's where the bond was.
Don't get much closer than that. And you guys go after her like this.
Nobody wakes up over here and says, "You know what? I'm gonna fuck with Darla Key today. No, but we do take her lies that she posts, and we show people because she's a liar. That's what gives us the right.
Danelle. People are being really ugly to Danelle.
Danelle is fucking worse. Have you watched my videos? Have you seen what that bitch has done? Calling my house over and over and over again. Even when I tell her I can't talk right now, my kids are asleep. Her response was that she didn't give a shit. And that's in video form.
Oh, she's dealing with comments like this. You know, it's her big sister. And why the hell y'all would ever go after Brooklyn when she was a minor is beyond me.
Nobody went after Brooklyn. And Brooklyn gets under that TikTok and is in there talking shit too. So if she's a minor, then maybe you ought to follow the rules of TikTok.
But you know, y'all never cease to amaze me. And this right here is why I do not feel guilty about blocking you guys. Like,
oh, yeah, you wouldn't feel guilty. We don't care if you block us. We don't care if you block us, because every time you block a true comment over there, we win. You block us because you don't want the truth over there. That's why.
I'm done. Toodaloo. Y'all can add me, you can comment, and I'll delete you just as fast.
Oh, yeah, but the thing that you can't delete is the evidence against Darlie Routier. You can't delete that. Try deleting that. You can't delete the truth. There is no reboot.
It's super easy. And the best thing is when I hit the block button, all your bullcrap comments go away too. All right?
When I block you, all the truths you've been telling about how we've been lying, they're not on my page anymore, and everybody can believe me.
No one will remain on my TikTok anyway that's going to treat their family like that. Bottom line. So you can make up your mind now. Don't screw with me about it.
Hey, Stephanie, your TikTok is not that fucking important. Because if we want to hear what you have to say, we can do what I'm doing right now. We can respond to you anytime we want. You don't have King TikTok over there. Now, God love you. We know that you feel like she's innocent. But fuck Darlie Key when she's coming at people, and fuck Danelle when she's coming at people. We don't have to put up with the shit. We ain't got to put up with it. Period. And there's your answer.